How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about how to view the changes that you make when you stop drinking alcohol as an opportunity, as many opportunities to change. You know, it doesn't have to be difficult. You know, this is a motivational thing. I think one of the big stumbling blocks that people come across when they're contemplating quitting drinking alcohol is that reason why are they doing this? You know, what's the point of quitting drinking alcohol? You know, they're leaving something behind which, to all intents and purposes for them, is giving them something positive, and they're deliberately putting themselves into a state of negativity for a while, you know, discomfort, taking themselves outside of the comfort zone and putting themselves into a place that they're not used to. So any opportunity you can have to view things in a different way will only help you to move forward in this journey. One of the big problems is that when you delay making this decision, sometimes you lose certain opportunities that are never going to be presented, never going to present themselves again. I often say to myself, I wish I'd have done this sooner. You know, like, why didn't I do it sooner? Why did I delay it so long when I knew deep down that things were not going well for me, that it wasn't being, you know, alcohol wasn't giving me anything that it pretended that it was giving me, or society said that it was going to give me, or I was telling myself that it was going to give me. The problem is that you know, these delaying, it is what it is. You know, you can't go back and change what happened. But because I did change at that time, specifically at that time, so many different opportunities opened up to me, which wouldn't have opened up to me if I hadn't changed then. You know, and I'm not saying that you know, something else might not have happened if I'd have quit 6 months later or a year later. But I am saying that because I did take that chance to stop when I did, still in my 40s, so many things started happening that were just not happening. My life changed direction completely. I started moving forwards instead of backwards. Quitting drinking alcohol is a challenge. You know, it's tough. I'm not talking about just the process of stopping drinking. I think that's one of the easiest parts. The tough part is what happens after you stop. What do you do then? You know, how do you start thinking? How do you change your thinking? How do you change your way of looking at things? How do you change your behavior? You know, it starts out with changing what's happening up here. That starts to change what's happening in your life. You know, the way you're acting, and then that starts to alter your behavior. So it's thinking first, your action second, and then your behavior third. And it's when you change the behavior, that's when the transformation is complete. In maybe not in every way. It takes, you know, there's different parts of your life that you can transform, and you can only really focus on one thing at a time. So, but you're in that constant transformation process. Now, you're in a transformation process when you're drinking as well, but it's a negative transformation process. So you're transforming negatively downwards into something that you don't want. What a lot of people do, because they know that this transformation process is scary. They know that change is scary. I mean, we're all designed evolutionarily to keep moving forwards, to keep doing the same things over and over again, because sameness equals security. So when you do the same things over and over again, it means that you're relatively secure. So change equals insecurity, and insecurity brings fear. So what people do is they focus on the fear instead of accepting it as part of the process, understanding that just the fear itself is not going to do them any harm. You know, the fear is only a feeling. Fear is only, you know, it's really something that is meant to drive you in a certain way, but in the modern day, that direction that fear drives you is often in a very unnatural way. You know, it's a natural state of mind to be put in fear, or to think fearful thoughts. But the modern day world is so screwed up that we're fearing things that are good for us, and relaxing into things that are bad for us. So what we do with that fear is we just say, well, I'm going to avoid the thing that's making me fearful. Instead of facing up to the fear, we avoid things. We stay in our comfort zones. And the problem is that the comfort zone starts to become uncomfortable. You know, it's not as comfortable as you think, and it's something that you don't realize that is happening because it's happening at a very slow pace. You know, your mind is thinking, this is where I feel comfortable, this is where I feel safe, but you know, the more you drink, the more your mind and your body are deteriorating very slowly, but it's happening. The more your life is deteriorating slowly, and eventually, you know, you're in a place where it's just uncomfortable all around. It's uncomfortable to stay where you are, it's uncomfortable to move. But if you move, and you move in the right direction, you're moving towards opportunity, you're moving towards change, and that change is going to bring opportunity. You know, listen to what's happening inside your head. Listen to when you're telling yourself you're not good enough, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. That's the fear talking. We call it all sorts of names, you know, rationalizations, excuses, obstacles, the myths of our lives, but they're really just excuses. You know, they're the fear talking to you. It's that fearful energy that is creeping up and holding you back from doing the things that you need to do. So, you know, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. You can do this. You can say to yourself, well, I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to move myself forwards bit by bit. I'm going to take the fear. I'm going to absorb that fear into myself. I'm going to, you know, rationalize the fear and say to myself, well, you know, what is it that I'm actually fearing, you know? And I'm going to step forward and do the things that I need to do, put up with the discomfort that I need to put up with, and move on through it. You know, have the courage, take the challenge, allow the opportunities to unfold in front of you, and they will. You know, what opportunities are going to happen when you're in this state of fugue caused by alcohol and everything else that's associated with this vicious cycle that the alcohol life is bringing you. So, you know, take the challenge, you know, grasp the opportunities that are coming up to you, and carry on. Look, if you have any questions at all, you can leave them down below. I'd love to hear what you think about that, what challenges you're facing quitting drinking alcohol. Leave them in the comments below. If you want help from me, I've got a book at the moment. We're going to be changing that and taking it off soon, so you can still get it now at alcoholmastery.com. And yeah, take care of yourself, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Bye now.